Welcome to a spirit animal message. And if tonight's your birthday, I'd like to start off by saying happy birthday. And if you hear a bunch of dogs in my house, they are the Chihuahuas. We have Chihuahuas in this house, so they bark at any hint of movement of any kind. So for this message, I'd like to start off by saying thank you and welcome to this channel. I'm so excited about the growth recently in this channel. This channel has been inspiring me to just grow in different ways, and I'd like to thank anyone who comes to see these readings and who also subscribes, because it really encourages me to continue on, and these readings are helping me in a lot of great ways, because I've had head injuries in my life where I had to recreate my mind on a lot of levels, utilizing modalities like drawing, sacred geometry, fitness, and not just fitness, but utilizing frequencies while I walked. I had gotten a head injury to the point of not being able to, I had gone to school for architecture and design, and after a head injury that I had a couple of years ago, I don't remember how many years now, but I couldn't remember notes from school that I had written. I would read it and it would literally look like somebody else wrote it. And I had to re-teach myself how to scale down a house. And I noticed through doing and being forms of myself that seemed fuzzy, I got a lot back, and yet still I have trouble with just weird little things, and it gets better over time. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the reading itself, and I had already uploaded a short of this once, so those of you who had followed me to this message, you're awesome, and everybody is awesome, but that is awesome that you were able to do that, if that's something you were able to do. So we have camel. Okay, and I had this inspiration this morning when I first woke up that this camel was going to be in the reading today. I almost forgot just as I sat down. And the camel represents dedication, patience, resilience, and adaptability. Your ability to endure harsh conditions and carry heavy loads. I think about, what that could mean for a person. I think of, the things that we could potentially go through that set us back and may help us grow a new version of strength within the comeback, right? So, ability to carry heavy loads. It's like you can carry the weight of any situation and still persevere through any of the challenges and remain dedicated to your goals. Remember your inner oasis, that space of rest and restoration to recharge yourself when needed. That was something I had read while looking up the camel. Then we have dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. And I think about how this is a card, and I think about what the dragon is and how majestic and just, this is a really strong power animal. I myself resonate to the dragon. So, Master of Elements, strength, raw energy, good luck, wisdom, achievement, success, confidence, old soul, life force, magical. The life force stands out. I feel like maybe you've recently needed to recharge your life force. Lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So I think about that when we are coming back from a comeback. Right now, I'm in a process of a comeback from something entirely different. So I think about that space of when something sets you back in some fashion. And if you're this energy where you embody this tremendous amount of strength despite anything that is thrown at you, and then you have this card of regeneration. So this is you in your whole and complete energy. And then you have this regeneration card, which I feel like this is more in regards of the present time, where you're recently putting on that new cloak of comeback after something. Bison, abundance, sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life, fill my life with goodness, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So you're transforming with a new awareness of self, capable of regrowth, renewing yourself into wholeness. The buffalo is this indomitable spirit, endurance, survival, strength, abundance, prosperity. Buffalo invites you to create your own sacred way, create your own ceremonies, write your own prayers. And I just feel like there's this potential where the energies around you is asking you to cultivate that part of yourself, that spiritual part of yourself, and face that part of yourself. What is your beliefs? Write your own prayers. Pray. And I think about how we, yes, we pray to the higher self of our choice, or of the God of our choice. But how do we pray to ourselves? Do we thank ourselves? How do you show gratitude towards yourself? Because think about how we are this form of the creator, right? Because creation is on the inside, creation is on the outside. So we are creation. This is creation. So when we're praying to the creator, that is this beautiful respect, on the other side of it, you are the creator also. You're just a fraction of the creator, right? Just like this card is a part of the creator. It came through someone and grounded itself here on earth through feelings and intuition and a journey which led to its creation. People embodying the creator creating. So how could that apply? How are you celebrating yourself? How are you speaking to yourself? You're starting out with the Knight of Cups, which this is like this fast moving energy. I feel like there's this eagerness to start something new with someone. There is this excitement, this love, this someone you find attractive, someone that you see a future with, and you are starting this inner dialogue, inspiring yourself to take that chance and start something with a potential partner. And your goal, your destiny is to find that special someone, manifesting that special someone into your reality. I see these swans and how they have the black swan and the white swan, and how that could be this inner unity. And this is something that you would like in your partner, right? This inner harmony within them. And that fox, that ability to be cunning and clever and be able to, manifest their reality as well. Someone that matches you. So this is your goal. This is your destiny right now. This is what something that you got your sights on. In the little bit distant past, 8 of Wands. So feeling a strong desire to move and take action on sparking or taking action and moving towards someone. It's like you feel like you found that person, and it was just like there they are, and it was just all this energy. And this could have been a physical, bringing yourself to this person to I think it was an inspiration of, this is definitely the person. And then it's like the wheels in your mind started to turn, and these wands is just the energy within you that has you feeling this pull to go towards this person. And then we have the 9 of Wands, and I think about the way that this creature has all these wands, and this could be past relationships or past connections where they didn't stay, something didn't work out. However, through all of these times it didn't work out, you've learned, you've matured, you've worked on yourself in ways that in the recent past you've stood ready to receive love or to bring love into your life. Letting go of past pains, excitement about starting something with someone else because you feel like you've gone through enough of life to be available for a relationship. A future influence is the 10 of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is, I see this beautiful family of bunnies, and this is their house, and it's covered in the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like moving into the future influence, you're going to want to just fully emerge home, maybe buy a house together. I think about how this is a 10 of Pentacles and it's a future influence, and I think about how it would mean you potentially, because I also see the abundance card come up, and then I feel like how Spirit is asking you to talk to yourself more positively and to cultivate the spiritual parts of yourself to be not just abundant in love or abundant in power and strength, but to also be abundant within your forms of versions of self-respect, but not in a negative to say that you don't. It's just to say that there could be some fine-tuning so that you can move forward with a more whole and complete side of yourself. And I also think about how we sometimes embody vibrations before they come into your life. And maybe that's what it's saying. It's like, if you can bring in just more positive toward yourself through your own work, it's going to assist you within a relationship that you've already started. You already see growth within a connection. And moving into the future, there's this abundance of life. You're able to enjoy life together. You're able to do, anything that you would want, and there's no limitations. And I think about how that Ten of Pentacles is this card of abundance and actual prosperity. So it's like a very prosperous, grounded relationship. So something to put into perspective is this Five of Swords and this Two of Pentacles. And I feel like this is a message to put the momentum into perspective. Perhaps you're one to, work a lot or just put a lot of effort into your professional life, okay? And it has this potentiality of sometimes it's like you get kind of tunnel vision about what you're working on, and your relationships sort of don't get the full attention that they deserve. And I feel like this is something that the universe is trying to put into your perspective of, I see these two coins, which is this symbolism of balance. And then we have this Five of Swords. So to cultivate the balance in your life, that would, meditation would assist with that, just to be more in harmony with life, and not just the life within you, but the life that you surround yourself with, and to help avoid conflict in a relationship that you're just now perhaps really creating the foundation for, and you would like all these, this to be a strong connection that lasts. Balancing your personal and professional life is something to bring into a clearer perspective for yourself. And then we have the Four of Swords, and this is like your environment. So presently you do have this environment where you're in need to rest and restore yourself, meditate, which is something that has been kind of a weird reoccurring message within this whole reading, starting with Camel and then Buffalo, and then now with the Four of Swords. Recharging yourself to be that whole and complete version of yourself, so that when you're meeting any situation, you're capable of just having clarity and having clear connection with your intuition, because you're very naturally clairvoyant, I feel, because of the dragon being the first card. I really feel like this person or people who are coming here are naturally in tune, very intuitive, perhaps hearing things without, or knowing things without anyone telling you. However, I feel like the universe is trying to tell you that it could be stronger, like a lot, like your capacity for that part of yourself is so grand and so big, so supernatural, so powerful, that I feel like the universe is asking you to cultivate a daily habit surrounding building your psychic abilities, building your intuition, building your connection with spirit, the spirit within, which helps clear your sight to your present moment. Because think about what meditation does. It grounds us within, and also gives us a chance to get into like the operating system and take us off of loops of being. That's maybe what this is. Maybe there's some form of loop of being that the universe doesn't want to see you bring into another relationship, and for it to be this version of insane. And through facing that part of yourself, it will restore balance within your relationships so that you can better navigate when it's time to be in that professional place or that workspace, that passion space towards your professional goals. And then also, that side of yourself that has this desire to have a lifelong partner that you can truly be present with also. Your emotions moving forward is this star energy. And I think about, we have this clam, this pearl. I feel like you're so excited and hopeful, and whoever you're connecting with is just bringing so much enlightenment into your life also, is something I just thought of, through who they are. So maybe they're inspiring you and vice versa. I think more so you're inspired by this person, because that's what you're feeling. You're feeling this, they are this star on a level. Maybe they are at a distance. Even though you're moving towards them. And then we have the moon first. This is what first came out. And then I asked for some clarity and got this card to come out with it. So I feel like moving into the future, there's going to be things that were hidden within within this new connection will only come into full clarity when in divine time. And also there is this Four of Cups, which I would like to just go more with the image versus the card, the Four of Cups. Like definition. I feel like I see these cups that are in this box and they're underwater, right? And it's like, I think of how we could be in this weird form of stagnation. It's like underwater, you're unconscious, because this is like a depiction of the unconscious, because this is underwater. And then I see this box, right, of all these cups, of all this passion, and it's in a box. It's like the universe, if you could unbox parts of yourself that are in your unconscious, it could help you better navigate moving forward, because there's things that are still yet to be revealed within this relationship. However, if you're in this subconscious stagnation because you're not working with your higher self, you're not daily connecting to yourself in this way, if you can do that, I feel like what is unknown will find its own clarity. And I feel like the universe isn't giving you the full momentum going forward because there's still things that would need to come into play. Or not to say that, but because I feel like how all scenarios are always this potentiality. It's truly how you meet yourself so that you can meet the new relationship in a balanced way. And moving forward into the future, unboxing this potential within yourself is going to assist you with anything that has yet to reveal itself, and in a way that may even shift the trajectory, because I think like there is this potential of screwing things up if you don't deal with yourself properly. And that's why we're getting the Moon card, because things aren't fixed as far as the trajectory or the momentum. Let's see. Let's do a Moon card real quick. I got my bird sitting here next to me. You are good enough. A full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. I think about how the full moon is sometimes about things that we need to let go of on a level. And then I think of this, you are good enough. Perhaps that's something that you are letting go of, the idea that you're not good enough, or you're not good enough in the sense of being able to be who you would need to be for a relationship. You are good enough. And perhaps letting go of the past, letting go of past hurts, past pains through meditation could help you remember that. Think about how some things that we embody but we can't remember about ourselves. I think about me and me having a concussion, and it wasn't my first one. I've actually had 3 of them in my life, or 4. And I think about how meditation assisted me perceive. It's like, I think about this, okay, before, and bear with me, okay. When I was after my injury, and I noticed that I was having trouble with relearning anything or reading or focusing, I just lost my train of thought. The way that I cultivated myself, remembering that all knowledge, I think about how I associated to the injury to those incremental moments when we like lose our keys, or misplace something, or I thought of when I was after my injury, and how I had already healed myself from concussions in the past, through studying the brain. My own mother actually had a benign brain tumor, and that was another reason I really studied the brain, and I studied how the brain vibrates in different frequencies when it's in its most harmonious space. And I always felt this understanding that all information is within us. It's like, say if you don't know something, you didn't go to school for it, and then, you know, you're in tune with yourself, and then you meet a situation, not even knowing, you get this like download nudge from your inner self, because I feel like all knowledge of any kind, of any time, is actually something that we can bring out and through ourselves, not necessarily having to go out and learn it into the outside world. I believe that there is this more harmonious space. I think of the Vitruvian Man, and I think about how we can rise our consciousness even after, you know, an injury, or I think of even a traumatic experience, because sometimes when we face something that's traumatic, it lingers in the body, it affects the brain, it lowers the consciousness on this level, and even in that state, a person is still in flow with the subconscious. I think about how in that space, all that happens is a little bit more of this giant iceberg, the part that we can see above the water. The only thing that happens is that little piece that we see above water gets a little bit shorter, and it becomes maybe a little bit more challenging to bring it above the surface as much as we can. So something a person I work with through, you know, their teachings is Joe Dispenza, and that deep breathing meditation to really bring the energy into your brain, and to daily cultivate that bringing yourself more within to yourself. I just feel like who's ever coming here, perhaps you've gone through something and you have greater potential than what maybe you have the capacity for presently, but it's within you, and it's because you're coming back from something that you've dealt with. And I feel like Spirit is here to basically, the message is to work on yourself in this way, knowing that anything you feel like you've lost, or anything that you feel like you can't connect to, it's still there. And maybe meditating, using meditations to enhance your pineal gland, and also to clear your chakras, something that I actually mentioned earlier today, is taking that time on a regular basis, however often you can do this, and do meditations clearing your chakras. And I think about how sometimes when we do meditations, how we're still, and I think about how if you use frequencies or you use sound on sand or water, and I think about how it's this more fluid, there's nothing restricting it, and you just put that frequency to it, it will make this shape where in the weaker areas of where the sound is hitting, you'll see these lines, and where it's really hitting the energy, that's where you don't see any water or sand. And I think about how when we walk at a pace, like on a treadmill, you can harmonize your left and right hemispheres of your brain. It's like you create this metronome just walking. And when you're doing it on a treadmill, you can fall into a mindless state in walking, because you don't have to worry about, you know, what's going on around you so much. And then I also think about sometimes how we're at rest. You know, things can interrupt us in this way, but if you're on a treadmill, it's like the world kind of is like, oh, they're working out. You know, they leave you alone on a level. So being in that state of in pace on a treadmill and then listening to a guided meditation, potentially for clearing the chakras, it's like your body match pitches to the meditation in a unique way where it's like your body can pick up on the force frequencies that are coming into it in a more whole and complete way. So you actually get a deeper meditation through a walking pace. Is just something that I throw out there, and it's something I've done myself and had an incredible experience the first time I had ever done a walking meditation, doing exactly that, clearing my chakras. And afterwards, when I opened my eyes, every single number on the treadmill had a 3 on it, and it to me was the Trinity, being connected to the all of creation. So that is just something I'd like to put out there, and I pray everyone enjoyed this message. I'd also like to do, to close it, a card from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. And let me shuffle these. Wow, that was quick, actually. I am humble. Okay. I am humble. It's just, I thought it was cute because this actually came out for us all yesterday. And that normally not ever happens. So, well, it hasn't happened yet. This is the first time. Okay, where is, oh. I have a, let me show you. This is Guitar. She is a baby cockatiel, and our goal is to get her leg fixed because she has a splay leg condition. And she actually, just before we started this video, she had somehow hurt herself. And I just, everybody send her love and positive energy. She's very resilient. Very resilient. I am humble. She has a splay leg condition. She injured one of her wings. She's even going to the vet. We didn't really get anything accomplished. And she embodies that being able to face life's challenges with that indomitable spirit, right? Not ever giving up, strong. And she gets around, she plays. I think about how she was eating regular food at a earlier time than some of her siblings. Slow my brain down. I am oh, 39. 3, 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 3. Which is funny because I was just mentioning clearing your chakras and how at the end of my guided meditation, the entire machine where every number that could be a number had a 3 on it. And I had closed my eyes and done this guided meditation on a treadmill. And it was by pure happenstance that I figured this out. And now it's been like this inner vision of mine to bring this inner standing of meditation to everyone, and how I feel like it can help a spectrum of people in various ways. I am humble. The virtue of humbleness is the embodiment of the ideal of gentle confidence. This tender certainty pays homage to the notion that you are a part of the all, a living, breathing consciousness within creation, an amalgamation of every element, a child of the earth, a sliver of the stars. Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of the stars. This was a Serbian proverb. It is advisable to remember the humble wisdom and modesty because every living, breathing consciousness is also part of this all, and every creation within creation is a part of the all. A humble soul can stand proud and feel gratitude for their unique place within infinite space without having to shout their perception of worth from the rooftops. Think of this. You are good enough. The humble human is aware that pride is a dangerous path, and it is far better to embody I am humble than to constantly emit energies that can be perceived as a need to prove something or call for recognition and or social acceptance. Through the ideation of being humble and actively embodying quiet confidence, a keen sense of compassion manifests. The transparent container which houses conceit is a boundary built on a subconscious foundation of inadequacy and seeking acknowledgement for material worth or purely superficial pursuits. One is displaying a lack of conscious connection, as peace is replaced by a need for approval. In embodying an energy of conceit, you subconsciously empower darkness by separating yourself from light, selfishly believing you are above all others. Remember the tale of the emperor's new clothes for the antithesis of humbleness. A wealthy man had everything, but needed to always be ahead of all others. Yet when he was served his timeless lesson and exposed to the public, the moral of the myth revealed that the soul is always transparent in its actions and behavior, no matter what you're wearing. So no matter what mask you're wearing, I think that this is how I see it. The soul is always transparent in its actions. So a soul sees the soul. Are you naked in your authentic truth, or are you covered in lies spun from the finest fabric? A humble heart needs nothing more than what they already are. A humble heart needs nothing more than what they already are. So remember, you need nothing more than what you already are. Being in that naked in your authentic truth, not attempting to manipulate and not in the sense of like malicious manipulation. I think of that finest fabric to be perceived of something more grandiose when you are enough just as you are. And I feel like the less the intuitive, or the not the intuitive, the message that kept repeating itself about cultivating your own sacred way, I feel like that's just to pour love into yourself within your own self. So this way, when you're receiving the love outside of yourself, it's a remembering of that, of and resonance of love, versus like a self-deceit of some sort. So I pray this message helped those who came, and I pray you all have a beautiful life. And thank you so much for anyone who comes to these messages. I feel like there's always something that even I get out of these readings every time. And it helps build my mind, which is this gift for me, because after having hurt myself in different ways, doing this daily builds my ability to use my mind in this way, that because I had hurt myself in this unfortunate way, getting to do this is assisting me remember who I am in other areas of creativity, where before life was just slowly, it felt like I wasn't able to be myself in my creative space. And having this channel, it gives me an environment of my own to be my creativity and to expand myself. And I pray you all a beautiful life. Thank you.